Let's get started. Start with listening, and then learn new words and practice them in sentences.
Can you imagine activism without social media in the modern age? It's a daunting thought, isn't it? Social media has woven itself so tightly into the fabric of our lives that it's become an integral part of how we interact with the world around us. This is particularly true when it comes to activism. Social media has transformed the face of activism, revolutionizing how we communicate and advocate for change. These platforms, from Facebook to Twitter, Instagram to TikTok, have provided a global stage where individuals and groups can raise awareness about important issues. In the past, organizing a protest required physical meetings, word-of-mouth promotion, and perhaps a bit of luck. Today, a single tweet or Facebook event can mobilize thousands, even millions, within a matter of hours. Social media has also been a game-changer in amplifying marginalized voices. Historically, mainstream media controlled the narrative, often overlooking or misrepresenting marginalized communities. However, social media has shifted this power dynamic. Now anyone with a smartphone and a story can share their experiences, challenge stereotypes, and push for change. These platforms have given a megaphone to those who were once silenced or ignored. Moreover, social media has become a crucial tool in holding institutions accountable. From exposing corporate malpractices to calling out government injustices, social media platforms have empowered individuals to keep institutions in check. When something happens in the world, it is no longer just the media that reports it. It's everyday people sharing real-time updates and providing on-the-ground perspectives that might otherwise go unnoticed. But we must remember, the power of social media in activism is not just about the number of likes, shares, or retweets. It's about using these platforms to spark conversations, inspire action, and ultimately, create meaningful change in our societies. It's about giving voice to the voiceless and making sure that everyone has a chance to be heard. Indeed, social media has emerged as a powerful tool in modern activism, enabling voices to be heard across the globe. However, as with any tool, social media has its limitations and challenges in the context of activism. One of the most prevalent issues is the existence of echo chambers. These are virtual spaces where people share and reinforce similar viewpoints, often to the exclusion of differing opinions. This can result in a narrow perspective of issues and stifle constructive discourse. In today's digital world, it's all too easy to surround ourselves with like-minded individuals, which can hinder the broadening of our worldviews and limit the impact of activism. Misinformation is another significant challenge. The rapid spread of unverified information can lead to confusion, mistrust, and even hostility. This can be particularly damaging in the context of activism, where the credibility of a cause can be undermined by false or misleading claims. Censorship, too, poses a major obstacle. While social media platforms have empowered individuals to voice their opinions, they also hold the power to suppress these voices. Whether it's through algorithmic bias, content removal, or outright bans, censorship can impede the visibility of important issues and marginalize certain voices. Now let's delve into some personal experiences. I recall a campaign I was part of that aimed to raise awareness about climate change. While we amassed a considerable following on social media, the echo chamber effect was evident. The majority of our audience already understood the severity of the issue, and it was challenging to reach those outside of our circle. Misinformation was another hurdle. False claims and conspiracy theories often overshadowed our efforts, creating confusion and skepticism. Despite these challenges, the campaign was not a total loss. We did manage to spark conversations and debates, and we even saw some real-world action as a result. So, while social media has reshaped activism, it is not without its hurdles. It's a double-edged sword, providing a platform for voices to be heard, but also creating spaces for misinformation, division, and censorship. As online activists, it's crucial to navigate these challenges with discernment and resilience, striving always to foster open dialogue and promote truth. But what about the ethical implications of digital advocacy? Indeed, the rise of digital advocacy has brought about a new set of ethical considerations that we must grapple with. On one hand, social media platforms have become a powerful tool for amplifying marginalized voices and advocating for social change. But on the other hand, they also bear tremendous responsibility in moderating content and protecting free speech. So, let's delve into this ethical conundrum. Social media platforms are, in essence, digital public squares, where individuals and groups can voice their opinions, organize protests, and raise awareness about important issues. These platforms have a duty to protect free speech, a fundamental cornerstone of any democratic society. However, with great power comes great responsibility. The freedom of expression cannot be absolute. There are instances where certain content can cause harm, propagate hate, or spread misinformation. Hence, these platforms also have a responsibility to moderate content to prevent misuse and harm. This balancing act between protecting free speech and moderating harmful content is a delicate one. It's like walking on a tightrope where leaning too much on either side can result in a fall. If a platform leans too much towards protecting free speech, it risks becoming a breeding ground for hate speech, misinformation, and online harassment. Conversely, if it leans too much towards content moderation, it risks stifling free speech and creating an echo chamber where only certain views are allowed. Moreover, the role of social media platforms in moderating content raises questions about who gets to decide what is considered harmful or inappropriate. These decisions can be subjective and have far-reaching implications for public discourse and social change. Furthermore, there's a need for transparency in how these decisions are made. Social media companies must be held accountable for their content moderation policies and practices. Their decisions should be guided by a clear set of ethical guidelines and principles that prioritize the public interest over profit. As we can see, navigating the ethical landscape of digital advocacy is a complex task. This complexity underscores the need for ongoing dialogue and critical thinking about the role and responsibilities of social media platforms in our digital age. So, what does the future hold for activism in the digital age? As we cast our gaze forward, it's clear that the digital landscape will continue to evolve, shaping the way activism is conducted. Every day, the threads of social media and activism become more intricately woven together, creating a tapestry of global connection and communication that is unprecedented in human history. In the future, we can expect social media to continue empowering grassroots movements. It's a tool that enables ordinary people to organize, rally, and mobilize for social justice in ways that were unimaginable just a few decades ago. The power of the hashtag, the viral video, the shared post, these are all weapons in the arsenal of the modern activist, and they're only going to grow more potent as technology advances. However, as much as these platforms can give voice to the marginalized, they also have the potential to amplify divisiveness and misinformation. The echo chambers and filter bubbles that are a hallmark of social media can distort our perception of reality and sow discord. It's a double-edged sword that we must learn to wield responsibly. Moreover, we're likely to see an ongoing debate about the role and responsibilities of social media companies in this new era. As these platforms become more influential in shaping public opinion and driving social change, questions about content moderation, free speech, and corporate accountability will become increasingly important. It's clear that the digital age offers both immense opportunities and significant challenges for activism. As we move forward, it will be crucial to navigate these complexities with wisdom and discernment. The goal should always be to use these tools to foster understanding, promote equity, and drive meaningful change. In essence, the future of activism is likely to be heavily intertwined with the evolution of social media, presenting both opportunities and challenges.
Let's learn new words and practice English with the topic: the role of social media in modern activism at C1 level. Mobilization. Mobilization, the act of assembling and making both troops and supplies ready for war. In the context of social media activism, it refers to the ability to quickly gather and coordinate large groups of people for a cause. Example: social media has revolutionized mobilization, allowing activists to organize protests and events at unprecedented speed. Amplification. Amplification, the process of increasing the volume of sound, especially using an amplifier. In social media, it refers to the way messages can be spread widely to reach a larger audience. Example: the amplification of social issues through social media helps raise awareness and pressure decision-makers. Echo chamber. Echo chamber, a metaphorical description of a situation in which information, ideas, or beliefs are amplified or reinforced by communication and repetition inside a closed system. On social media, this can limit exposure to diverse viewpoints. Example: the role of echo chambers in social media can sometimes hinder activism by creating polarized environments where only similar views are exchanged. Hashtag activism. Hashtag activism, the use of hashtags on social media platforms to advocate for an issue or cause. It's a form of digital activism that can raise awareness quickly but is often criticized for lacking depth. Example, hashtag activism has been effective in campaigns like hashtag #MeToo, which brought global attention to sexual harassment and assault. Surveillance. Surveillance, close observation, especially of a suspected spy or criminal. In the context of social media, it refers to the monitoring of user activities by governments or corporations, which can be a risk for activists. Example, while social media empowers activists, it also exposes them to surveillance risks, which can be used to suppress dissent.
Thank you for watching. Write a comment of more than 4 words to support us, and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss new videos. Goodbye.